Okay, so we don't have any notes in your journal about the leftover when we're doing models or when we're dividing with fractions, so it seemed like maybe some of you might appreciate a video or adding some of those notes. So if I had something like 3 divided by 2/5, I would draw the model first. So I'm going to start by drawing my dividend, and then I'm going to divide it into fifths. And I talked to you guys a little bit about what models needed, and I said you probably want to make sure that you're using a couple different colors to help with making it clear for someone else. Now I'm going to circle groups that are this size, so 2/5 in every circle, and I can combine this fifth and this fifth to make another group. And so I've got all these circles of 2, and then I have this 1 left over at the end. Eek! So I'm going to say 1, 2, I'm going to label my circles, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this is the leftover, right? So we call this piece leftover because it doesn't make a full group. Okay, so I can't make a group of 2 because I only have 1, right? So can't make another full group. Okay, but I do have 1 out of the 2 that I would need. So I have 1 box out of the 2 boxes that were in each group. Right, so I have 1 and there was 2 in each group. So really that's 1/2. So I put this number here, the 7, together with the half, and so my answer is 7.5. I can make 7 whole groups and a half of another group. This is another example problem, and for this one I'm going to end up having to do some work before I can actually even draw my model. So remember, I have to find common denominators. 10 and 5 are not common or the same. So I have to figure out, okay, how can I make these 2 fractions have common denominators but still be worth 2/5 and 9/10? So I know I can take 2/5 and times it by 2/2. The identity property, remember, tells me this is just my giant 1, right? And then 2 times 2 goes straight across, 5 times 2 is 10, and now I have common denominators. So I can rewrite my problem 9/10, and instead of 2/5, that's the same as 4/10. Okay, so again, for my model, I always draw this first number, the dividend, and then I'm going to split it into 1/2. So now I'm going to color in 9 of those tenths because I only have 9 of them. I want to make sure that that is a neat part of my model. And then I'm going to make groups of 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really important to make sure that you count neatly and clearly. You don't want to get 3 or 5 in a group. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, because I'm showing leftover, there's this 1 left. Sometimes there'll be 2 left, 3 left. It doesn't matter how many are left, just that we can't make a whole nother group of them, okay? So if I had 4 left, I could make another group of 4. If I had 3 left, I couldn't make another group. If I have 2 left, I couldn't make another group. And like I have 1 left here, I can't make another group. So sometimes we've talked about in class, you could do like a ghost circle, right? The tricky part with this problem is that because I only had tenths, I don't have any more empty boxes here. So if you do a ghost circle, this might look like you have 1 out of 2, but remember, it's you have how many out of how many were in each circle or group. Okay, so this is my leftover. Okay, and I have 1 group, 2 groups, and then my leftover. So my leftover is 1 box out of 4 boxes per group. Okay. So you might also start to notice that, hey, whatever this number is here is how many are in the group, and that's going to be the bottom number for my leftover. Okay, so that means that my answer to this problem, I'll write it over here so that we can see it, my answer would be 2 whole groups, 1, 2, and 1/4 of another group.